as you come onto the live, do say hello in the comment section below. Let me know where you are watching me from, and do give the video a like, a thumbs up, because it is free and it helps with the algorithms to make sure the video goes to a lot more people. And yeah, so welcome back to another video. So as you can see from the title of the video, today is a sad day for others and a happy day for others, because Andrew Kibe's YouTube channel has been deleted. If you don't know Andrew Kibe, I don't know where you've been hiding, probably under a rock. So he's one of the biggest Kenyan YouTubers. He had 400, almost 80,000 YouTube followers, and he is one of the quote-unquote most controversial YouTubers because of the topics he talks about. That's why I said it's sad for others, it's happy for others, because quite frankly, there are some controversial topics that Andrew Kibe used to talk about, but in all honesty, let us give credit where it is due. There are some important lessons that Andrew Kibe talked about on his channel, and Andrew Kibe is one of the few YouTubers who was able to call a spade a spade. So if you had like what can I say, like an open mind and was out to learn, there was definitely some things to learn from him. I liked especially his content about encouraging men to focus on making the money first, and then all other things will follow. I liked where he used to encourage men to stop being guided by the deki and focus on making money, to stop being misled by to get into debt because of trying to please women. I liked about the topics he used to talk about, how the Kenyan advertising influencer space is skewed. He used to call out things like people who used to cross-dress. For example, if I'm a lady and I'm dressing like a man, or if I'm a man, I'm dressing like a lady. So all these kind of things that Andrew Kibe used to call out in the society. So of course, there has been a lot of rumors onto why Andrew Kibe's YouTube channel has been deleted, but so far there is no official position from Andrew Kibe himself. So all that you currently see is just speculation. But I decided, as we wait for Andrew Kibe to give an official statement as to why his Andrew Kibe YouTube channel has been deleted, then how about some lessons we can learn from Andrew Kibe's YouTube channel closure? So number one, as I said, Andrew Kibe is one of the biggest YouTubers we ever had. Kenyan YouTuber who was based in the US, more than 480,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel, and a lot more people who used to listen to his shows on a daily. But here's the thing, greatest lesson I have learned from Andrew Kibe's YouTube channel closure is that you cannot afford to rely on only one platform. Guys, these platforms do not belong to us. Today we are here on YouTube, tomorrow they could decide to shut down my account for whatever reason. So that is why I encourage you, do not rely on only one platform. Do not rely on only YouTube, for example. Have presence on YouTube. Go to TikTok, open a channel, create content there, build an audience. Go to Twitter, go to Instagram, and find 2 to 3 of these platforms where you dedicate all your energy, so you can have like your number one can be YouTube. So like in my case, I have YouTube, which is like my number one, but I'm also beginning April of this year, I decided to start creating content on TikTok. And something else, this may not be so practical for YouTube, but let's say you decide to use TikTok as your other major channel, make sure you have at least more than one TikTok account. Have a backup account, because TikTok is so notorious for closing people's accounts without even warning, without even proper reason. You just in the middle of a live and suddenly they have shut down your account just because some jealous people decided to go and report you. So as much as you are creating content on different platforms, always have a backup channel. Always make sure you have a backup channel. So for example, I have almost 6 YouTube channels right here, and 3 of them are monetized, and then on TikTok I have, I think, 5 5 other YouTube channels. So on TikTok, I have 5 other TikTok channels. So that's like the main thing. Make sure you always have a backup plan. Something else. So like, for example, Mr. Lambestic, or as they used to call him, Andrew Kibe, had a huge following on YouTube, but he even has a bigger audience on Twitter, or what we currently know as X. He has almost 560,000 followers on Twitter alone. And we can like bet this, take this to the bank. You can be sure by the end of this month, Andrew Kibe could very easily hit 1 million followers on Twitter alone, because a lot of people who have been following him on YouTube and are no longer able to find him on YouTube are going to start looking for him elsewhere. So he has no presence on TikTok other than the likes of us who have been posting his content on TikTok, but he has no presence on TikTok, but he has presence on Twitter. And I know this is just gonna be huge for Andrew Kibe. He's gonna have a lot more people following. I have seen Edgar Obare has already started a whole new drama on his Telegram channel. So he's just giving him a lot of traffic to his Twitter account. So main lesson here we can take is you cannot rely on these platforms. You cannot rely on one platform. Always strive to be on more than one platform at a time, because you just never know. And also not just not just being on one platform, but always making sure that you also have your own, like you own your audience. Because right now, for example, there's 10,000 subscribers on this particular YouTube channel. I don't own any of those subscribers because this platform does not belong to me. So that is why it is important that you have a way of owning your audience. So for example, I have my blog, ivamtali.com, where I have subscribers. I have people who have subscribed to my newsletter, and I have their email addresses. So in the unfortunate event, if something similar happened to me, I'll just send them an email and say, hey guys, for whatever reason, my YouTube channel has been deleted, or my TikTok account has been deleted, but this is the new account that I have. Please go and follow me there. Or if, let's say, you're a business, or you are just, regular content creator, find a way to own your audience, because these platforms don't belong to us. They can decide to do whatever they want to do. Number 2, always take advantage of the visibility that comes your way. One advantage of the internet is that there is nothing like negative publicity. Publicity is publicity. And one thing that Andrew Kibe is currently thriving on is publicity right now, because everyone is talking about Andrew Kibe YouTube channel being deleted. If you go to TikTok, people are talking about Andrew Kibe YouTube channel deleted. If you go to YouTube, everyone is talking about Andrew Kibe YouTube channel being deleted. If you go like everywhere, he's a talk of town. And I love the way Andrew is handling it. So I was just checking his, let me show you guys. This is Andrew Kibe's Twitter account. I don't know if you're able to see. Okay. Oh my, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Let me just put it here. Yes, so this is Andrew Kibe's Twitter account, and you can see 46 minutes ago, this is what he wrote. Check him saying. This is a screenshot from Edgar Obare's Telegram channel, and he was like, popular misogynist Andrew Kibe's YouTube channel has been finally deleted. I'm smiling from ear to ear right now. And you can see Andrew Kibe like just brushes him off. He doesn't like start fighting him or arguing with him or anything, because he's not here to co-create negative energy, but to run with it. And you can see right now, the thing has already 55,000 views. This is less than an hour ago, and 202 comments. And then you can see here, he's here promoting another app. In the past hour on appyafrika.com, more than 1,000 people have signed up and started uploading content. Allah in a Westmake. So you can see what Andrew is doing here. He's not even discussing what is going on. And you can see here, he's just going on with his business like this is not happening, have been testing out the live feature on appyafrica.com, and I'm confident we shall be going live this Friday. Sign up there and start uploading your content. We are the content cartel. Meanwhile, catch me tonight sometime here on X, Rumble, Instagram, and TikTok. The train left the station, bruh. So you can see this is what is happening here. So people are here bashing him, but he's moving around his business. He's doing free marketing. He's taking advantage of all the free publicity that is coming to him. And this is how you want to handle your business. You can see here, train ilistoka stenje kitambo. Hizi ni kelele za chura. Time ya live ni ile I say. Yeah, you can see. Motivational Mondays. Yeah, he's going on around his business. And guys, that's how you want to handle publicity. Remember, on social media, there's nothing like negative publicity, nothing like publicity is publicity. And you can see how Andrew Kibe is handling this whole issue. He's not throwing tantrums. He's not co-creating negative energy, but he is using all the free traffic coming his way for his advantage. And he continues to do what he does. He's continuing to build his content. He's continuing to build his other channels. And you can see he's going live as usual every day. And they said, I'm going to be here for TikTok and Instagram and all this. And 9 minutes ago, there's one of his followers, Eve Maina, commented, here YouTube channel imeniuma na hata sio yangu, just by imagining all the hard work that was put into it. Anyway, Rumble it is tonight, of course with my studio account, because sheria tulipewa ladies ni ile 2 years, 1 month with a long Durbin. Okay, so you can see Andrew Kibe continues to do his business as usual. That's what you want to do when you face such challenges on social media. Hit the road running. Do not continue co-creating negative energy. And the only way Andrew Kibe is able to continue doing this is because he is on several other platforms. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Do not count on one platform. These platforms do not belong to us. So for example, right now there has been talk in Kenya of the government wanting to do away with TikTok. So I can imagine those people whose only platform of choice has been TikTok. It is time that people diversified and started creating content on different platforms. Go to YouTube, create an audience there. Go to TikTok, create an audience there. Go to Twitter, create an audience there. Go to Facebook, create an audience there. Go everywhere. And the best part is that all these social media platforms are nowadays paying. So you don't really lose anything by being on all the platforms. And you don't have to create any extra content. There are so many apps that allow you to be on, like for example, you can go live and be on all these platforms at the same time. You can also repurpose your content. So for example, do your long form here on YouTube, go and repurpose it for Instagram Reels, repurpose it for YouTube, TikTok videos, and just keep playing around with the different platforms. But also if you can find a way to collect email addresses so that you own your audience, you know who they are, you can always reach them even without these platforms. You need to be able to be in a position to do that. Otherwise, you are creating, remember YouTube knows everybody that is subscribed to my channel. I don't know all of them, but YouTube knows all of them, because you cannot subscribe to a YouTube channel if you do not have a Gmail account, and Gmail belongs to YouTube. So technically, YouTube already knows all of you that are subscribed to my channel, when I don't know all of you that are subscribed to my channel. So always find a way that you can get people's addresses, because that's the only thing you can own on the internet. You can always find a way of reaching your audience even outside of the platforms. In my case, I'll give you an example. I use my blog, www.ivamtali.com, and I have a couple of you who are subscribed to my newsletter, so I already have the email addresses. I could always reach you even outside of these platforms, social media platforms. But I also have my own website, ivamtali.com, that belongs to me. I dictate what I put on that blog, and people can always find me there if for whatever reason they are not able to find me right here on the channel. And basically what the kind of content I create here on TikTok, I create on YouTube, I create on Facebook, is the same kind of content you will find on my blog, only that it will be in written form. Last but not least is that when you are creating content, you must be very, very wary of the topics you talk about, and let it be something that you can stand behind even when the curtains are taken off. So that's one thing I loved about Andrew Kibe. As much as his content was controversial, you will not find him giving excuses for the kind of content that he creates. So he 100% believes in the edutainment that he used to offer to the men and to the few ladies that also used to watch him. So not everybody is going to like your content, because you're not ice cream. You can't please everybody, but there's also people who don't like ice cream anyway. So when you decide to create some type of content, run with it. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your content. And it doesn't matter what other people think, because you can't please everybody. And I love what Andrew Kibe used to say, this is a comedy show. So if you're getting offended by what I talk about, go to your nyanye. You know what I mean? So as I already said at the very beginning, of course, there were some controversial things that Andrew Kibe used to talk about, but we cannot rubbish everything that Andrew Kibe used to teach. I used to enjoy his shows. If you check my TikTok account, I have pulled out some clips of what Andrew Kibe used to talk about, especially about content creation, about debt, about Andrew Kibe educating men that you should prioritize on building you before you start running around looking for women, you know? And I couldn't have said it any better. I have 2 sons, and I recommended Andrew Kibe's show to all of them. My 16-year-old knows about Andrew Kibe. My 23-year-old knows about Andrew Kibe, and they watch him. And all the men in my life, I tell them about Andrew Kibe. So for me, it was just a matter of filtering, knowing what to take and what not to take, and yeah, not taking him. Like what I felt did not resonate with me, I just didn't allow it to get into me. But the few lessons that he talked about, actually, like as a content creator, I learned a lot from Andrew Kibe in terms of, for example, consistency. Andrew Kibe always stresses, you do your thing. Don't wait for the right time. Just keep doing you, keep doing what you believe in, keep creating content. And one day, you just never know when that will be, something good is gonna come out of it. He preached resilience. He preached like not giving up. He preached avoiding debt. He preached not being hung up on getting degrees, but finding alternative ways to educate ourselves. He talked about not being so hung up on relying on your parents as the only knowledge that is available, and just spreading up your wings and questioning things like anytime people misbehaved on social media. There are days, I mean, I don't know anybody else who had the confidence, no, the courage to call out misbehavior on social media, misbehavior in society, and calling sin by its name, other than Andrew Kibe. And one other thing I liked about Andrew Kibe never went to some private place to look for people's videos. If you put it on the internet, be prepared. It could land on Andrew Kibe's table. So that's one other lesson I want us to learn. Be wary of what you put out on social media. Be wary of what you record, because you might not put it on social media, but the fact that you have recorded it, or you have allowed somebody else to record it, just know that one day it could land on the internet. And the internet is brutal. The internet never forgets. The internet has no feelings. So if you put it out here on the internet, you put it out in public, you cannot dictate how people are gonna consume it. So that is the greatest takeaway I want people to learn from this. I don't remember Andrew Kibe ever going and sneaking into anybody's laptop or sneaking into anybody's phone. Everything Andrew Kibe talked about are things that people put out themselves on the internet. So just be wary. If you're not happy with whatever you put out being discussed on the internet by anybody, don't put it out there, because the moment you put yourself out here, then just know it's no longer your private property. You are definitely, or you must prepare yourself for criticism, and it could be positive criticism, it could be negative criticism. You cannot dictate that. So greatest lesson here, if you're not comfortable people discussing your affairs, you have no business putting them out in public. Just leave them in your head. And yeah, because I that's one thing I was to learn. Like, he literally was cleaning the streets of social media. He was cleaning the internet. And that's one of the reasons why he became very, very controversial, because not everyone had the guts to clean the streets. And that's what Andrew Kibe was doing. So I don't really know where you stand with this, but personally, that's just my position. If you do not want your affairs discussed, don't put them out in public. It's that plain and simple. The moment you put them out in public, just be prepared that they could land anywhere, and people have no grace on the internet. Not just Andrew, but just people in general. You saw Millicent Omanga the other day had a private moment with whoever, and it landed on Twitter. So yeah, I think those are the greatest lessons I learned from this whole escapade. And I'm sure with time, Andrew Kibe will come and tell us exactly what happened. And I wish him all the best. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, it is not easy building an audience on social media. I mean, look at you guys here on my channel. This channel has 10,000 plus followers, and I've had it since 2018. Guys, this channel is exactly 5 years old this month, and I've only been able to convince 10,000 people to subscribe, and not even a lot of them watch. So you can imagine creating controversial content and still convincing 480-some thousand people to subscribe to your channel. It is not an easy feat. Let us give credit where it is due. Let's give Andrew Kibe his flowers when he can still say thank you, because it is not easy. I can imagine the amount of effort he put into it, the amount of work he put into it. And I just hope and pray that something gives and he can get his channel back. I don't know how possible that is, but even if that is not a possibility, I hope that this is just the beginning of something big for Andrew Kibe. So just last month alone, Andrew Kibe, his Twitter account, his X account is monetized, and he made $993 from his X account. I'm almost certain he's gonna more than double that this month alone with all that is going on right now, and I only wish him the best. And I know this is going to be one of those controversial videos. For those of you who are probably celebrating the deletion of his account, Sharien, personally, I feel sad for him because I empathize. I know what it means to build an account. I know what it takes to build a following. And usually, as content creators, we have more people that watch our videos than those who are subscribed. So just the fact that Andrew Kibe had 480-something thousand plus followers, it means a lot more people used to watch him. So that's just the reality. So I feel bad for him, and I hope something gives. I hope something great comes out of this experience, and I hope that these lessons help all of us. So I will quickly read your comments, and then we can wrap this up. Red Kid, why was it terminated? Honestly, what I saw, if you go to and search his account, it says that he violated YouTube policies. I don't know what those policies are. They didn't say. YouTube just say that he violated YouTube policies. I don't know what those policies are. Somebody probably reported his account. I don't know. Red Kid, yeah, he had another YouTube. I can't find it, but I have a feeling. So going by what I'm seeing on Twitter, so there's currently a new social media, is it app or something that Andrew Kibe is currently promoting? Yafrika, this one here. Where is it? This one here, yeah? This app here, app.yafrika.com. Andrew is actively promoting it. You can see here. So I low-key have a feeling that this may have also been planned, sort of like, so either he is taking advantage of what is going on right now to promote Yafrika, or he purposely violated the YouTube policies so that they could kick him out and he gets an opportunity to propel this other app. Honestly, I do not know. These are just my thoughts, because on YouTube right now, sorry, on Twitter right now, he's currently promoting yafrika.com. So I don't know, it could all be, I mean, we are content creators and we always do all manner of things to trend. So I don't know if this is one of those. We'll probably never know. D, Mr. Lambistic, yes, that's him. Murimi is saying he's God sent to this generation, especially men. Yes, as I've told you, my two sons, I recommended Andrew Kibe to him because I know, as controversial as he may be, if you are out to get the positive from his teachings, there is definitely something for men. And I think the key message that Andrew Kibe used to send to men was that achana na deki, use your head to think, forget about emotions, build yourself, and then you can go and chase the girl. You don't even have to chase the girls. Like, you are the prize. Get the money, the women are just gonna fall over themselves for you, which is exactly what I keep telling my sons. I tell them, wachana na these cats, leave the women alone. You go and build yourself. Once you build yourself, you're not gonna have trouble finding women. That's the same gospel I preach. I'm a woman. We're always going for the money. I mean, the problems are the same. With a poor man, same problems. With a rich man, same problem. So you may as well go for where the money is. And that's exactly what Andrew Kibe used to preach. Stop achaneni na deki, focus on building yourself. That's the key message I used to get from Andrew Kibe's videos. So he probably could have done better in how he did it, but sometimes people need to be, like, tough love is necessary for the point to be driven home. And I am almost certain there are men whose lives have changed for the better just because Andrew Kibe aliwaita maumbwa. You know, I like that he used to call puny ass lambastic, and I miss those whips. Sometimes in life, you just need to be, you know, somebody like really has to, like, for the point to reach home, somebody has to be really giving you tough love. And I personally have been in positions where I want to call people maumbwa, but I don't have the confidence. And we can't pretend like you've never been in a position you just want to call people names. But because you feel like you are special, or I don't know, you don't call them. So I actually admire him for having the courage to call us maumbwa and we still watch him. To tell us women to shut up and we still watch him. It takes a lot of, I don't know what to call it. Like, for me, Andrew Kibe was like a cult. I just enjoyed watching his videos. I love his take on university education, for example. Like, I don't know anybody else who ever had the guts to just call it as it is. Look at how he handled content creators who used to make it big before COVID. And they still had the talent. Instead of going even further and taking advantage of digital platforms. They came begging, and Andrew Kibe called them out. You can't just keep begging. I remember when Andrew Kibe talked about men who actually take debts to please women. Really? I wouldn't even allow my son to do that. Like, I'm like, why are you going into debt because of a woman? Yeah? And those are the kind of things that Andrew Kibe used to talk about. And I remember he used to talk about people who cross-dress. Yeah, I don't know who else had guts to talk about cross-dressing. And I love, the other thing I loved about Andrew Kibe, he didn't feel like he was too special to get the whips. When he deserved the whips, he gave them to himself. And it takes some level of maturity to call yourself out when you are on the wrong. And I think this is what used to bother a lot of people, because Andrew Kibe told his story himself. You know, the moment you tell your story by yourself, however nasty that story is, you take the power back to you. So nobody can go and say Eva ABCD, because I'm already telling my story, so there's nothing new you're telling the world. Andrew Kibe told us he used to be a Kenodia at some point in his life, and so there's nothing else to gossip about him, and he gave himself whips for that. So I've seen somebody saying, Yvonne is saying the sherehe kubwa sana. Yeah, so as I said, some people are celebrating, some people are not, but I can tell you something bigger is gonna come out of this. You can be certain. Right now there are, Andrew has 553,000 followers. There's gonna be a lot more people who might decide to follow him on Twitter, for example. Tony Blair, tunaongea fiti. Unipe dollars. Enda huko unipatie kwa nini. Give me a gift. Our account is coming. Yes, that's the thing, yeah. Prod by Chris is saying account is coming. Kibe got funds. Lol, he can start. Exactly. So that's the other thing I forgot to mention. So that's one other advantage of having a connection with your audience, such that they miss you. Like, I mean, like for me, how did I know Andrew Kibe his account was deleted? Because I went looking for him. And that's the kind of impact. That's why I call him, he's like a cult. Like you love to hate him. Like his counterpart is like, for those who are on TikTok, he's like Nyako on TikTok. Like, she literally abuses us and calls us woke, but we still watch her because she's fun to be around. Like, she has the guts to call a spade a spade. She's literally sweeping the internet streets. And I think what Andrew Kibe is doing on YouTube is what Nyako was doing on TikTok. So that's the kind of, if you decide to be a content creator, that's the kind of, what can I say, like the kind of, I don't know what to call it, like that connection you need to build with your audience, such that anytime they don't find you, they miss you. And the reason why Andrew Kibe was able to have that connection with his audience, he gave content creation his all. Like, Andrew Kibe was literally on YouTube every day, all days, including the holidays. And that's what you want to do. If you decide you're doing something, give it your all, 110%. Andrew Kibe he picked his niche and he ran with it 110%. Every single day he was here on YouTube creating content. Every single day he was on Twitter creating content. And he built a following. So people literally miss him. The internet streets miss him. I'm sure even TikTok, as much as they deleted his account, they low-key miss him because he kept people on the platform. Like, Andrew Kibe would literally stay on a live for like 4 hours and people would be there listening to him all the time, all night. So that's the kind of influence and interaction you want to build with the audience. And the only way you're able to do that is by constantly creating content, building, creating. Even if nobody is watching, just keep creating because it is something you believe in. Pick your topic and run with it. Be ready to stand by it in spite of what happens. And that is the kind of audience that Kibe has built. I'm certain if he starts an account tomorrow, it's gonna hit God knows how long. So yes, I agree with you. Prod by Chris. So Prod is asking, madem unafurahia nini sana? Yeah, Kibe to the world. So I saw somebody said that aache kutuita what malaya. Really? To be honest, I mean, if you know you're not a malaya, why does it bother you if Kibe calls people malaya? It's like somebody saying Eva is a thief. I don't give a damn. I don't care because I know I'm not one. So if Kibe calls you a malaya and you know you're not one, why should it bother you? Just move on to the next channel or wait for his content where he's no longer, because it's not like he talks about malaya the whole video. I mean, you can't talk about malayas for 10 hours. So if the part of him talking about malaya asks you, just wait when he talks about content and then you watch him, or just move on to the next content. And that's one thing I've never understood about people who consume content. You hate somebody so much, but you still keep logging into his channel. Why? If you hate him so much, what are you doing on his platform? There's like more than 10 million YouTube channels. What are you doing in somebody's channel if you don't like them? And that's one thing that Kibe used to talk about. Why are you watching me and you don't even like the video, maumbwa nyinyi? You know, like, yeah, why are you on somebody's live if you don't like what they're talking about? Move to the next one. It's plain and simple. If you don't like what Eva talks about, just move to the next video. It's that simple. Nobody's putting a gun to your head and forcing you to talk or to say whatever is happening. So that has always been my policy. If you don't like somebody's, just swipe to the next one. Otherwise, I think it's a waste of your time and it's just gonna make you grow old for nothing. Social media is so big. There's something for everybody. And so guys, that's all I wanted to give an update about. So hopefully we'll hear from Mr. Lambistic soon, but honestly, I miss him. I miss his content. And I hope he comes back. He's probably gonna be my reason to go on Twitter. I'm not big on Twitter, but if that's the only place to find him, we're gonna go there. But I hope he starts another channel. And yeah. So guys, that's it for today. I will see you on the next one. And please like the video. Why are you here if you don't like the video? Ama niwaite maumbwa like Kibe calls you guys. Okay, bye.